Hi, everybody. This is Adam Elenbaas from Nightlight Astrology. It's Monday, March 25th, and this is your horoscope for the day. Mercury is retrograde still and moving through a slow conjunction with Neptune as it prepares to station and turn direct this week. Mercury will now be sitting within a degree or so of Neptune all the way into the first week of April. Here's what to watch for. Watch for smoke and mirrors, for sleight of hand, for tricksters and hucksters, for spin, for confusing appearances, images, or information, for misleading or manipulating others or being misled. Watch for trying to hide or conceal a piece of news, information, gossip, or the facts. Watch for a denial of the facts. Watch for selective listening. Watch for otherworldly communication. Watch for omens and symbols in your dreams. Watch for fantasy, mysticism, imagination, heightened states of awareness or lucidity. Watch for the Mueller report. Watch for sorcery, illusions, deceptions, dreams, and nightmares. Think about gaining an intuitive grasp on something complicated or technical. Think about seeing the forest from the trees. Calling out to something higher and actually getting a response. Asking for guidance from a higher source humbly as an approach to intellectual, philosophical, or rational learning. Think about a breakdown of logic and reasoning that may lead one to faith, belief, hope, or emotional outpourings. Think about that moment when a contradiction ends up speaking a deeper truth. If you follow what's not being said, you may discover what is being said. Watch for wrongly interpreting events or experiences, but then acting entitled to one's wrong opinion because, hey, I'm entitled to an opinion here. Watch for irrational or ungrounded thinking, but also clairvoyance or thinking informed by a higher mind. In the absence of universal truth or the relationship with higher truth, we sometimes imagine there isn't one. And thus, truth becomes purely a matter of personal opinion. Plato once said that this is basically one of the major challenges of the material world. People mistake personal opinions, which change by the minute, with the absolute truth. As a result, society changes according to the opinions that become popular from one day, year, decade, and century to the next. When ideas are paired with consumer culture, our ideas become like accessories to go along with our fashion, our film, our food. Cultures or cults of ideas get formed one after another, appearing and disappearing as rapidly as tweets and Instagram fads appear and disappear. And now more than ever, when every single person has a public platform from which to voice their personal opinion, and this is seen as an evolved technological development, an evolved cultural development, and truth can change by the minute, by the tweet. The news isn't fake, it's just a collection of opinions. Even astrologers suffer from this as more and more people take up astrology and offer their uninformed, unstudied opinions about life, spirit, the planets, and the cosmos, often without anything at all resembling a reflective, spiritual, or even philosophical or academic approach to their lives or the subject matter. Self-help culture reinforces the idea that to be happy, you just need to have happy opinions about everything, mostly yourself. And spiritual evolution culture means that we spin everything happening in the collective, which collective, toward a narrative about awakening, growth, healing, etc. The mantra of the cult of opinion is found in the total aversion to the very idea of truth, of absolute truth, of higher truth. No. Oh no. Truth is personal. Truth is relative. Truth is subjective. The very notion of higher universal truth is an affront to many people. It's considered violent, instantly compared to fallen religious leaders, warmongers, zealots, abusers, and fanatics. So we have a spectrum. We have those who believe there is no such thing as universal truth, that truth is relative, and those who believe this believe it absolutely, without noting the contradiction. And we have those who believe in a higher truth only for the sake of wielding it as a weapon against those who don't agree. Both sides of this polarity live in the realm of opinions. And so our world is ablaze with a war of opinions. At this point, one's inner voice of reason is bound to say, well, then what is the absolute truth? If there is such a thing, how do I learn about it or come to know it? For Mercury Neptune, the answer can be simple. The honest, humble, sincere desire to know the truth, when it grows inside of us over time, leads us toward a relationship with truth. It is the relationship with truth, the living vibration of truth in the heart, that eventually takes us beyond the conception of truth as mere information, reasoned conclusions, belief systems, religions, political positions, moral positions, and so forth, and straight into truth as an aspect of a living being. This living being is both who we are at heart and also the infinite source from which we come. When asked to talk about how he first fell in love with his wife, one of my favorite literary philosophers, Jacques Derrida, refused to speak about it on camera to a group of documentary filmmakers. After a long pause in the video interview, he finally said, "It's an impossible confidence." Truth is like this. It is an impossible confidence, but not impossible. We fear that truth will objectify life or get us wrong, paint us in black and white. And so naturally, we fear the thought of absolute truth. But in our fear, we expose ourselves. The truth behind our aversion to truth is that we want to be understood. We want to be understood within the context of an impossible confidence. We want to be loved for who we are. And we feel that we are more than one thing or another, one category or another, one life event or experience or another, one opinion or another. The truth is that we want to be loved and we want to love. But to see love in everything, it takes honesty. To feel that we are loved, it takes truth and sincerity. We're living in an age where the truth is threatened. It's true. But what this really means is that we live in an age where we are more interested in defending or upholding or winning on behalf of our favorite opinions than we are interested in loving and being loved. In divine love, even our strongest personal opinions are easily defeated. They become helplessly, hopelessly incapable of answering the one question that matters the most, which is, how do I make you happy? O soul of my soul, O heart of my heart. When we love love more than we crave the power of personal truth, then the ultimate truth flows through us and makes us happy to know even just a fragment of a fragment of a fragment of the reality of love. So in the days ahead, as Mercury stations near to the smoke, the mirrors, and the vastness of Neptune, may we recall this prayer in the midst of the war of opinions. The final word, the final report, and the hidden truth that matters most is always the truth of your love.